Hi guys, so my name is Taylor. Thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I'm just gonna jump into this video. So a couple months ago I received a comment on one of my videos saying maybe AD stands for another Drake, and then went on to explain that AD could be Spencer, because we just find out that Spencer's Drake. We find out in the last episode that Mary Drake is Spencer's mom, and or I believe the theory also said maybe Spencer's twin, because if Mary Drake is Spencer's mom and Spencer had a twin, then Mary Drake would also be that twin's mom. So I personally love this theory. I think it's really good, and it made me think. I wanted to report on it before, but I couldn't because I couldn't find out enough details until I ran into Tumblr again, good old trusty Tumblr, and I saw this post on Tumblr that was that someone pointed out when Hanna and Spencer have that creepy little moment. You guys are probably so tired of hearing about that scene because everyone talks about it, but anyway, Spencer refers to their tormentor as AD to Hanna. To our knowledge, has not heard the terminology AD in reference to their tormentor before. I think Spencer said something along the lines of AD, if AD can come in and out of here, so can you, or you can't do, or something like that. So I haven't watched the previous episodes or the episode that I'm talking about. I'm taking them for their word because I got a lot of homeworks and stuff to do because, you know, college is the end of the semester. Yeah, but I'm just gonna take them at their word, and so from that I'm going to say that that is some amazing stuff, because if Hanna did not hear before that point of the term AD, that means that Spencer cannot, the Spencer that she had been dreaming of cannot be a dream, because she wouldn't have been able to cognitively know that information, so she wouldn't have been, it just, trust me, she wouldn't just like imagine Spencer saying, oh, how's AD doing today? She would have referred to it as A, or as something that Hanna would have thought, or she would have heard Spencer say. But if she hasn't heard the terminology AD, she wouldn't have made that up. Does that make sense? So that means that that Spencer that was in there is either one of two people. Twins have twins. It's just in their biology. They can't help it. It's what they do. Twins have twins. So Jessica didn't have any twins that we know of, which means that Mary Drake would most likely have a twin. Not, well, we know, like have twins, like have twins, not like have a twin. Anyway, so that would mean that there are two people. So the first conclusion that I was able to draw from this newly founded evidence, it's not new, it's been out for a while, but this is new to me. It's new to me, okay? We're going to refer to the people as Bang Spencer and Spencer so that we don't get confused, okay? Got you. Okay, so the first one is that Bang Spencer is actually Spencer, and the Spencer that was in that basement or wherever Hanna was is not Spencer. It's her twin, I guess. So we'll call her twin X. So X is in there consoling Hanna, and Bang Spencer is actually Spencer. Now, reasons that Bang Spencer can be Spencer is because there are things that Bang Spencer does that Spencer had done in the past, given she did them quite a while ago, but she definitely did them in the past. For example, her relationship with Ian, and how apparently she's taken one of Melissa's boyfriends before. Oh, Ren and Ian. Her relationships with Ren and Ian are pretty similar to that of what she did with Caleb, although I will point out that what she did with Caleb was different. When she was with Ren and Ian, they didn't actually have a full-blown out relationship like she did when she was with Caleb. But I just knocked that off to maturity, I guess. I didn't really think about it before at the time. I just thought it was gross. So that would mean that X, who's in the basement, who acts a lot like Spencer, which I will get to in a minute, would have to be someone who is able to watch over the girls and maybe console them, because the way she spoke, she sounded like Spencer. And when you are a twin, No matter how hard you try, you're not going to be the same person. You can take a clone of a cat that died, have a baby cat that looked exactly like the cat that you had before, but it's not going to be the same cat. The experiences it has is going to be different. The way it acts should then be different. It might be similar, it might be very similar, but it's not going to be the same, which means that there would be differences between Spencer and the other one, or the two clones. There will be differences in the way they act and the way that they are. So with that being said, we're going to go on to option number 2, where Bang Spencer is not Spencer, but X is. In order for this to work, there'd have to be differences between Spencer as we've known in previous seasons and this Spencer with the bangs, post the 5-year forward. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's that one scene where Spencer talks to Toby and they're all about, like, oh, Yvonne had an abortion. And Spencer's like, Toby, I never want you to think that I'd do that after what we went through with that pregnancy scare crap. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that would be a hole, unless Spencer somehow found out that she had a twin before the switch, which would be insane. But think about it this way. You've been tormented for the last 4 years of your life. You find a way out, wouldn't you take it? Maybe she was tricked out of it, but I would take it. If I was being tormented just to come to find out that I had a twin, I would most definitely ask questions later and be like, you know what? Let's switch lives. Let's parent trap this out. Let's Prince and Pauper this. You go there, I'll be you. Nobody will know. You know, I would at least try it, and maybe she got tricked into it that way. Maybe she did like a sister type thing at the beginning where she went to a coffee shop with the twin and she went down one path when she was supposed to go down another path, and they switched lives. I don't know if that's even a thing that happens, but I'm not gonna knock it. Oh, so Bang Spencer. Her behavior has been different in last season, and you can't say that it hasn't. Like, she's been a lot more sexually promiscuous than in the past. And I just I nodded that off towards her maturity. I thought that maybe she was just being mature and she couldn't help it. I don't know. Maybe that's something that happened post Toby in her life. I don't know. I just didn't really care. And another thing is when they're getting tormented, she's not as focused on it as she usually was, which frustrated me last season, because beforehand, if something would have happened, Spencer would have figured it out quickly. Like last season, something happened. She didn't really care. She didn't really do anything about it. Sure, she was there when things got found out. She was able to place 2 and 2 together, and she did go places, but she didn't really work outside of like everything that's happening to figure out what was going on. She was very much into herself more so than she normally is. So I don't know, man. I nodded that off towards her not being able to have an adolescence that was focused around her, or a life before this that was focused around her. Even now, her life isn't really focused around her. It's focused around her mom's campaign and all this other stuff. Before, she was like focused on other things like Melissa and her relationship with that and all this other stuff, but she never really thought of herself. So I thought that now she was taking the time in her adulthood to focus about herself, but maybe that's not what's going on. Maybe this is a completely different person. Like she's similar to how she was before, but the things that I assumed to be just maturing within herself could just be traits of a completely different person. Maybe X, or the twin of Spencer, is a more sexual being, and maybe she's more focused around herself because she didn't have the experiences of having a sibling. Even though she is a twin, she didn't know, or maybe she didn't know of Spencer. Okay, so those are just my theories. I don't really know anything because no one says anything. I mean, Ian Harding said that he didn't buy it, or he wasn't convinced or something when he found out who 80 was. He was like, I don't buy it, or I'm not convinced. So I don't know. I hope it's good. Apparently, in the episode that comes out on Tuesday, it's supposed to be like a real showstopper in the first episode. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think down below, as you always do. And tell me how you're going to celebrate PLL Day. What are you going to do for the premiere? I'm going to pop popcorn and sit in my bed and watch it. I'm debating even watching it on Tuesday. I think I might just watch it the next day on Hulu because I don't do commercials anymore. So we'll see, guys. Until next time, bye.